Hello and welcome or welcome back. Today we'll be checking out the 8th episode from Game of Thrones House of the Dragon Season 1 entitled The Lord of the Tides. Corlys better be popping off because his kids are dead. Thoughts on that last episode are on the back half of there. It was the juiciest episode of the whole season so far. So much fucking happened. There's a funeral, there's a secret wedding, there's murder plots, there's Grand Theft Dragon, there's blinding, maiming, there's people going after daggers and chasing each other. Blood has been spilt, the lines have been drawn, and it's, as soon as the king is done, you know, as Rhaenyra said, she needs help to take on the Greens because she can't do it alone. It's funny, I was talking with my brother about the episode, and he was kind of defending Alicent, and I was like, you're not a Green, are you? He's like, no, but it is interesting because Alicent is forced into this by Otto from the beginning. She accepts it, she takes it, she runs with it, and she still feels like she's held accountable for things, but Rhaenyra gets a free pass. She's always been the golden child, and no wrong can come to her and, you know, and her children and her family. And that turned into a conversation about free will and like at what point is someone locked in and can't escape who they become. Like Saddam Hussein's children were murderers, tortured people, but at one time they were little kids, you know. Was there a point when they could have changed course, or when were they locked into this fate, this destiny? I am really glad it was not me or my monitor or my lights that were responsible for as dark as some of the scenes were last episode. One of the things that was drilled into us in film school was you cannot stand in front of the theater with a horn and explain to people why you couldn't get the shot or why this looks this way or why you can't do that. What we see is what we get, and that's what we have to judge the production on. So then for them to come out later on Twitter and say it's an intentional artistic choice, to me that's not they're not making excuses for it. They're not up there trying to justify themselves. They're just saying, yeah, we did it, we meant it. So I can respect that a little bit, but at the same time, it's one thing to put the characters in the scene into darkness or into an uncertainty sense, and to try to convey that to the people watching, the viewer, but you shouldn't have them so confused or so, you know, obscured that it breaks them out of the engagement of being in the moment, in the scene. The same director, I believe, also did the Battle for Winterfell, which was, yeah, everyone knows that was a little too dark. But this guy also did the Battle of the Bastards, so he has experience, he knows what he's doing. And if we can just look past not being able to see what we're looking at, the whole rest of the last episode, 1-7, was delicious. Like, I have not looked at the ratings, but it better be one of the highest rated episodes of the season, because it was ridiculous. Okay, I've been rambling for about 5.5 minutes now. For this episode, with a name like the Lord of the Tides, I expect Corlys Balerion to, they all think that Rhaenys is dead, even though we know he bounced. What does that mean for his house? What does that mean for the future of his house? You know, obviously he has affection, he cares for his grandchildren. Even though they're not his blood, he is all about the name and the dynasty, so he's like, hey, I love him, that, yeah, whatever, the name goes on. So I'm just hoping that either Rhaenys stays gone, or at least isn't discovered to be alive, because then that kind of puts Rhaenyra and Daemon's marriage, you know, you know, up in the air. And then like, how did Rhaenys get into the situation with Sir Carl and all that shit? Alright, I'm not going to ramble on anymore. Let's get into it. This is the 8th episode from Season 1 of Game of Thrones House of the Dragon, The Lord of the Tides. Let's go. Skipping the intro just because I need the time.
It's been near 6 years since I last saw my lord husband, Maester.
In the fighting, his neck was slashed by a courser's dagger. He fell overboard into the sea. Ship's maester said he burns from within.
How much more time has gone by? The daughters are older.
But we must be honest with ourselves. We may greet his ship to find him gone. And who will take the driftwood throne?
My grandmother seems quite comfortable here.
The sea passes.
To Lucerys Velaryon, as is my lord husband's desire.
I am the sea snake's own blood. The closest kin he has left.
Be careful, good brother.
Uh,
None can take your words for treason.
yeah, the sea snake has a family. Is this the whole male heir thing? They're skipping the daughters again? They don't want to go to a grandkid that's not...
I speak the truth.
That's true.
Rhaenys.
That's true. The grandkids aren't the blood.
You know it.
Yeah.
Supplanted by the pups of House Strong. Driftmark is mine. The crown has good reason to take my side.
My cousin the king would have your tongue for this.
But it's not a king who sits the Iron Throne these days, good sister. It's a queen.
Oh, and that's a dig on her because she didn't get to be in charge. Gotta either be Aegon or Aemond. Eggs are in a sack. Okay. Were they hidden there or are they laid that way? Motherfucking Daemon, I was wrong. It's the other squirrely blonde Targaryen running around. Father writing you sons who... okay. Oh, it's probably telling him about Corlys's, sea fever or whatever's going on, his injury at battle.
The end?
The mouth.
Mouth.
Whoa, I didn't realize that was one of her kids. Jace and Lucerian.
Dranyot. Come on, Jace.
Unless you're planning to depose your own mother, you have plenty of time to study.
Don't put it past this family. You can't make these jokes. Oh, shit.
He means to call into question Luke's legitimacy.
Has he made common cause with Otto Hightower yet?
This is what I fear.
Yeah.
Rhaenys flames a cord.
Oh.
To King's Landing, then.
I didn't catch her profile or any suggestion that she was with child until that little hand on their, on the baby. On the egg, as it were.
And her royal consort, Prince Daemon Targaryen.
I can feel the greens everywhere.
Welcome back, Princess.
Lord Caswell?
Yeah, from when she was pregnant. I thought that might be that same guy.
I would say it's nice to be home, but I scarcely recognize it.
We'll continue to enjoy
The Seven.
improved customs duties.
The
and
Seven.
settlement on the harbour master.
Alright, Queen Cersei McPouty face over there.
Your guests have arrived, Your Grace.
I trust they've been welcomed as befits their station.
As you instructed,
Oh.
Lord Hound.
They weren't shitting when the uncle said that a queen runs King's Landing now.
We shall hear Princess Rhaenyra's petition along with those of the other claimants on the morrow.
It's about the prince. There's been a delicate situation in his apartments.
Father?
Fucking no way, man. I am all for euthanasia and...
It's me, my king. Rhaenyra.
It has been so long.
There is a petition to decide upon the succession of Driftmark and the heir to the Driftwood throne.
Listen to Notto. She to all that business now.
No, to hell is Lotto.
David.
Brother.
This is Aegon,
Aegon.
and this is Viserys.
So many kids all over the place.
I'm sorry.
The noise! Get him out! He's tired of the kids fighting. It's been his whole existence as king. Quality of life over quantity of life. That's just me, you know?
It's Diana, Your Grace.
What did she see or do that she's so afraid of the queen?
Pretty name.
Or is the queen, like, literally a Cersei character at this point?
I understand you found yourself in some trouble.
I didn't see him. I asked him to stop, Your Grace.
Did Aegon fucking rape her, or... Like, they said there was trouble in somebody's quarters and I missed the name. One of the princes, and now she's there crying. Alicent? Are you gonna be heinous?
It wasn't your fault.
Okay, so far so good.
I believe you. But what I worry about
Is what other people...
is what others might believe.
Fuck. Goodbye. You're going out the window, Diane, I'm sorry. Crossbow bolt from off screen.
For your troubles.
Can we buy silence? We're not gonna...
The
Wow. What's that thing Littlefinger said?
Money buys a man's silence for a time. A bolt in the heart buys it forever.
Oh, yeah.
It's best to be certain.
Oh, we're passing it off as oopsie tea, but really it's poison, right? I just don't trust her at all. The slow push in.
Something happened.
Diana. The serving girl. How can you keep carrying on like this, especially on a day like today?
Why? What is it today?
You are the challenge, Aegon. Just by living. He doesn't give a shit.
You are no son of mine.
Have you seen Diana? She's supposed to dress the children.
Yeah, have we seen her?
It's been so long since we were granted the joy of your presence.
But tell me, for the king's suffering, did the maesters also prescribe the removal of Targaryen heraldry and the installation in its stead of various statues and stars?
Statues and stars, the 7, yeah.
Which authority will sit in judgment of my son's claim on his own inheritance?
That would be mine. And the hands. But be assured the father is just and commands me to forget the accusations you have held in this room today.
That smirk was that was Daemon levels of heh, and I liked it. And I don't like Alicent, so confliction. Oh, those are the bastards getting ready to die. Oh, is that a bandana? Is that one eye? Is that Aemond? I saw a strap around the head. Yeah. Kristen Cole, when he fought Daemon in the first episode, he also broke his shield, kind of like he just did there.
I don't give a shit about Tawnies. Nephews? Have you come to train?
He is locked in. Oh my, he looks like a young Daemon.
And may arrive on our shores. When it does, will you want a child at the command of the greatest fleet in Westeros?
In all its strength.
Yeah, it is like, come on. I'm the one, not these fucking inexperienced, no-blooded kids of mine. Of my family's.
I wondered for many an hour what your purpose was in coming here. Whether you'd speak for or against the suit brought by Sir Vaemond. But then I realized you intend to advocate for yourself.
I don't think she still wants that. At least she claimed she didn't.
I did not order his death. Nor was I complicit in it, I swear this to you.
You got married fucking the next day.
Back Luke's claim, and let us betroth Rhaenyra's children to mine. Baela will be queen of the 7 kingdoms.
They force you to your knees, and I must stand alone.
From one not gonna be queen to the other not gonna be queen. I think her and Daemon are a stronger couple for a claim to the throne, but if Alicent's running the show for the king, that's it.
The Song of Ice and Fire, do you believe it to be true?
Is this big prophecy gonna push her over the edge to keep
You told me
Targaryens on the
it
throne?
was our duty to hold the realm united against a common foe. If you wish me to bear it, then defend me and my children.
How are we discerning answers? Coughs and wheezes, just like Daemon said. Bells are never good in this show. God. So what, like every day they lance him and squeeze the pus and...
I want to have supper, Otto. It is the morning, Your Grace. Tonight, all of my family are gathered at the Red Keep.
One big fucked up family Thanksgiving.
I want us to dine together.
Better get him perked up by some caffeine or some cocaine or something. I didn't realize the one episode he was missing a hand or an arm already, and it's like, just everything is decrepit.
As hand, I speak with the king's voice on this and all other matters.
But how do you state your case without saying the kids are illegitimate? Because that should cost you a tongue.
The history of our noble houses extends beyond the 7 kingdoms to the days of old Valyria. For as long as House Targaryen has ruled the skies, House Velaryon has ruled the seas. What do you know of Velaryon blood, princess? I could cut my veins and show it to you, and you still wouldn't recognize it.
If I am to grace this fast with some answer, I will start by reminding the court that nearly 20 years ago in this very...
Cool. Don't interrupt them, but something will interrupt you. Oh!
King Viserys of House Targaryen!
Well.
The first of his name!
What if he just walks in and is like,
Lord of the Seven
Rhaenyra! Fucking bow. They're doing the Kingdom of Heaven treatment.
When I was 16, I won a great victory. I felt in that moment I would live to be 100. Now I know I shall not see 30.
Although he's not a leper, but still. It's like everyone's already assumed he's in the grave. They're treating him like he's dead. It's like, I'm still here.
I will sit the throne today.
I'm wondering if, like, because he got all cut up and sick, that this is why they remodeled the throne room in the future. Like, we're gonna take some of the swords out. Although as always, the duplicitous nature, I want to say he did it to help his brother, but that also is to help Rhaenyra's claim, because they're a married item.
I must admit my confusion. My petitions are being heard over a settled succession. Only one present, keener insight into Lord Corlys's wishes, is the Princess Rhaenys.
Giving her the floor. Ooh, which way do you go?
It was ever my husband's will that Driftmark pass through Selenor to his true-born son, Lucerys Velaryon. His mind never changed, nor did my support of him. Her desire to marry her sons Jace and Luke to Lord Corlys's granddaughters, Baela and Rhaena. A proposal to which I heartily agree.
Fucking MVP. Because even if she doesn't feel that way, she's ride or die for what her husband wanted.
I will not allow it.
Allow it.
What?
Do not forget yourself, Vaemond.
That is no true Velaryon. So, you may run your house as you see fit.
He could have been cut down a few times already.
Not see it ended on the account of this.
Don't say bastard. Say it. Yeah.
Do it. Her children are bastards! And she is a whore.
I, Viserys, King of the Andals and the First Men.
Will have your tongue for that.
Bring it to him, Daemon. Ho,
He can keep his tongue.
Yeah, he's a... Oh, God. I like how his tongue was flopping out of the remainder of the skull. They put his head back on the body. Yeah. It should be flopping out, let's be real. They probably sewed it down. Right? That's what they do?
The stranger has visited me more times than I can count, Grand Maester. He cares little whether my eyes are open or closed.
That was something in the episode where Sir Harwin died. He said, the next time I see you, I'll be a stranger. And then he died. It's like, oh shit. That's something somebody else pointed out later, I saw. He's got that floppy Canadian head like from Terrence and Phillip. So, what a crazy dinner this is gonna be. Aemon's getting a lot of time, man. They're giving Scarface. They're letting you know he's out there.
How good it is to see you all tonight. Together.
Vaemond Velaryon, may the gods give him rest.
I agree, Damon, I agree.
Jace and Luke will marry their cousins, Baela and Rhaena, further strengthening the bond between our houses.
You do know how the act is done, I assume. At least in principle. I had to put your cock and all that.
Yeah, he's gonna die this episode, and then the next is gonna be like, what the hell? Now that we're alone, damn. Okay, I didn't realize everything had happened like that.
But tonight, I wish you to see me as I am. Let us no longer hold ill feelings in our hearts. The crown cannot stand strong if the House of the Dragon remains divided. And for the sake of this old man, who loves you all.
You knew how quickly people forgot about the dead. You would, not be doing this speech.
But I must admit that no one has stood more loyally by his side than his good wife.
Throwing her a bone.
She has tended to him with unfailing devotion, love, and honor.
I raise my cup to you. You will make a fine queen.
What? Everyone else, can we get that in writing? Did anyone else hear that? Or is this just a faint, gesture? I got teary-eyed watching The Expanse, watching the Kiriko Overwatch 2 cinematic, and now fucking House of the Dragon. I don't know what's going on.
But if you ever wish to know what it is to be well satisfied,
Oh.
all you have to do is ask.
Dude.
Chase.
See, that's the thing with pampered little shits. If they have never been struck in the face, by an equal, I'm not saying beat or abused or punished or spanked or shit, but you've never been checked your whole life. You just run your fucking mouth and get away with everything.
To Prince Aegon and Prince Aemond, we have not seen each other in years, but I have fond memories of our shared youth.
Is that the one who cut him, or is that the other one?
To you as well.
I'm afraid of poison. I keep watching the cups move around, and that's the Space Cadet Princess, right?
Except sometimes
the Dreamer.
when he's...
The most normal out of the whole family. Like,
Have some music.
This makes me think that the parent or the adults may all kind of be on a same page, but a kid is going to do something to kick off the next instigation. The fuck out of the way, this is the king. Who the fuck is coming in? Oh, well, we gotta eat.
Final tribute.
Now that the king is gone, you shithead.
To the health of my nephews. Jace. Luke. And Joffrey. Each of them handsome, wise,
unspoiled.
Strong.
Strong! Oh! Strong! That was clever! That was clever.
These three strong boys.
I dare you to say that again.
Why? It was only a compliment.
Damon's gonna get a read on this. Look here, Mini-Me. Oh, from way back when. Yeah. She's not a flesh peddler anymore. She's like running the show. I didn't think we'd see her at all.
It's been quite a night at the castle, it seems. Yes, lady.
Did Otto or a messenger call refer to the White Worm when they got the message way back when people saw Daemon and Rhaenyra out at the whorehouses, right? Every time I see a bottle or a cup, I'm nervous. The show's got me on poison paranoia.
I'm sorry.
I'm ready for my Crypt Keeper sex now, Alicent.
What do you want me to do? If I believe it to be true.
No! He's the conversation he had with Rhaenyra.
Remember Aegon.
Aegon's dream. But not this Aegon, the other. No. No.
You are the one. You must do this.
No. Is she gonna take... I hope she doesn't take that as some weird empowerment. Like, oh, okay, fuck everyone over. When he's connecting to a conversation he had with his daughter when she was there the last time.
I understand, my king.
Oh, no more.
Are we in a death rattle here? What? Did he say finally or Oh my god! Once again, the cliffhangers, man, that made the first show, the original show, and House of the Dragon following suit. Going to the outro. 10 years later, 10 years later, the sides in the House of the Dragon have been shown, black against green, fighting for the inheritance of the throne. Okay, so yeah, there it is. Holy shit. Like, what didn't happen this episode, right? We had Driftmark, up for debate, up for discussion. King walks in, walks in, makes his way up to the throne, and he says, Rhaenyra, and then, Corlys's brother, I forget his name, it doesn't matter anymore, but he ran his mouth too far, and instead of giving up his tongue, he gave up, the top half. So, Princess Rhaenys vouching for her husband's will, in the face of the uncle, siding with Rhaenyra, which to me was amazing, because they were always kind of not at each other's throats, but it was always like, no, you don't know what's going to happen here, and they did it to me, and no, they're not going to do it to me, and they did it to you, and the king's condition is terrible. Pretty sure that was a death rattle or, last breath there at the end. Wouldn't be surprised if episode 9 opened up with bells and, the king is dead. Oh no, next week is episode 9, right? Oh, shit. Historically, episodes 9 for this show have been, the crazy shits, and then 10 is set up for season 2, but 7 was wild. This was crazy. They might go hard for 9 and 10, I don't know. Especially with, Alicent's kids and Rhaenyra's kids at the dinner table and feuding. It's like, even if the adults are on peaceful terms, everyone there, the kids all have animosities toward each other from when Aemon stole Vhagar, and then he was calling the kids strong, referring to their, their bastard father. But we also had Daemon in the beginning. I think it was, he got 3 eggs from a new clutch. Hopefully there's more dragons on the way. Or maybe, I don't know if the 3 eggs is an Easter egg or a tip-off to supposed to be, Daenerys' eggs in the future in Game of Thrones, but I was under the presumption that those eggs, her eggs, were even older than that. So, while I don't know, episodes 9 and 10 will probably fill us in. It was good. We could see this episode. There was light. There was so much to see, and I enjoyed it. Yeah, this episode was a lot of dialogue, a lot of character development, stories clashing, with little brief explosions of violence, whether it be somebody losing their head or, dinner table scuffle, something's always going to happen. I want to applaud, King Viserys' actor. He's been absolutely great at being this oblivious but lovable king guy. He's trying to do good by his wife and his kid, and then as he's getting older and, starting to fade out and decrepit and Crypt Keeper like at this point, he's just knocked it out of the park as far as I'm concerned. Everyone here has, like, the casting, the acting, the directors have gotten the performances out of the actors, so everything has been well done so far. Yeah, that family dinner scene was intense, because it was after the head cutting and everyone was there. All the players were there. It was like, look around, this is what season 2 is going to be a disaster of. All these people trying to fuck over all these people. Aemond is a little pissant, grown into his balls have dropped. When he got that dragon, he stopped giving a fuck what people thought, went hard, and he still is. I guess Otto's probably been coaching him along this whole time, and I think it's great whenever Daemon and Aemond are in the same scene, because they kind of have that same feistiness, but Daemon definitely has more control and is more in touch with, I don't want to say traditions or family, but like, Aemon is just mad at everyone. Meanwhile, Daemon is like, you have to cross him. You have to insult his brother. You have to insult his fake pregnant wife from the first episode. You have to cross him before he does that. Aemon is just fucking out there, like swinging first, throwing insults around. Even though I believe Aemon is going to be problematic, and that's just based on small little snippets of things I remember from Emergency Awesome and Alt Shift X and history and lore videos from years and years ago, that this one-eyed Aemond is going to be problematic, and I'll just leave it at that. This show, holy shit. Any doubts I had going into it, they were squashed early on, and I am in like the Game of Thrones fever, looking forward to next Sunday, for the new episode always. And that's a unique feeling amongst the things I'm watching and the things that are out right now. So, to the showrunners, so far, I give you credit. Anyway, that's going to do it for me for now. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope this was worth your time. And fucking strap in, because it's episode 9 next week. Thanks again for being here, and goodbye.